Hey everyone, and welcome. So, if you've ever tried to install MS-DOS on a retro machine, you know the pain, right? You're hunting down floppy disks, you're swapping them in and out. It takes forever. Well, today, we're going to change all that. We are going to build the ultimate custom MS-DOS installation CD.
And yeah, this quote pretty much nails it. The old way is just tedious. It doesn't matter if it's MS-DOS or Windows for Workgroups, you're just sitting there feeding a machine floppy after floppy. It's time to fix this for good.
So, what's our grand plan? It's actually pretty simple. We are going to forge a single bootable CD-ROM. This thing is going to have a full, perfectly customized MS-DOS installation on it, and it's going to install itself almost automatically. This one disk will be our secret weapon for any retro setup we tackle. Okay, before we can build this masterpiece, we have to get all our tools together. You can think of it like prepping ingredients before you start cooking. If we get everything organized right now, trust me, the rest of the process is going to be an absolute breeze. So here's our quick shopping list. First, you need a full MS-DOS 6.22 installation. That's our foundation. Then, grab a generic CD-ROM driver. OKCDROM.sys is a fantastic choice. And you'll want a mouse driver. ctmouse.exe is small and works great. Now, this next part is really important. You need a DOS boot floppy image, which you can find easily online. And here's the best part. You can toss in anything else you want. Windows setup files, your favorite games, you name it. All right, we've got all our files in one place. Now the fun begins. It's time to customize. This is where we take that standard DOS setup and really dial it in, making sure every machine we install it on gets a perfectly optimized configuration from the get-go. Say hello to the two most important files in any DOS system, config.sys and autoexec.bat. These simple text files are basically the brains of the entire startup operation. They tell DOS what drivers to load, how to handle memory, and what programs to kick off right when it boots. We're going to tweak these to create our perfect setup. So what's the actual difference between them? Well, think of it like this. Config.sys is the deep-level stuff. It loads all the crucial device drivers and memory managers before you even see the command prompt. Then once that's done, autoexec.bat jumps in. It runs commands, loads your mouse driver, sets up your system path, and launches utilities like DOSKey. They work as a team to bring your whole system to life. And now for the real magic. Instead of us having to sit there and type in a bunch of commands by hand, we're going to write a simple batch script that does all the heavy lifting for us. This little script is the absolute heart of our automated installer, and it turns a long, boring process into a single command. And here it is, setup.bat. Now I know, it might look like code, but don't let it scare you. It's really just a simple to-do list for the computer, with commands that will run one after the other. This one file is the key to copying everything where it needs to go and making the hard drive bootable, all on its own. Let's just quickly break down what it's doing. First, it does a little safety check to make sure you're running it from the right place. Then it pauses and asks for confirmation, which is a nice little failsafe to have. After that, it copies all our DOS files over to the C drive. And finally, the most important part, it runs the sys command, which magically transfers the core system files and makes that hard drive bootable. Simple, clean, and totally automatic. Okay, we've got our files, we've got our script. Now it's time to bring it all together. We're going to take all these pieces and forge them into a single, bootable ISO file. And for that, we're going to use a fantastic and free tool called ImBurn. All right, go ahead and fire up ImBurn. The very first thing you're going to do is click on Create Image File from Files/Folders. Super straightforward. This just tells the program we're building a brand new disk using all the awesome files we just put together. Next up, just drag and drop everything you prepared, your DOS folder, those custom config.sys files and autoexec.bat files, and our amazing setup.bat script, and drop them right into the source window. You're literally assembling the contents of your CD right now. Okay, stop. This next step is absolutely critical, so pay close attention. Go to the Advanced tab, then into Restrictions. You have to, and I mean have to, set the file system to ISO 9660 and make sure the level is set to 1. This forces the classic 8.3 file name format, which is essential for making sure old-school MS-DOS can actually read it. Awesome. Now head back over from the Restrictions and find the Bootable Disk tab. This is it. This is the control panel that's going to transform our little data disk into a full-blown, bootable operating system installer. This is where it all comes together. This is the most important part of the whole process. First, check that box that says Make Image Bootable. Then, for emulation type, you have to select floppy disk 1.44 MB. Finally, under Boot Image, you're going to click the little folder icon and find that DOS boot floppy image you downloaded earlier. What we're doing here is basically embedding a tiny virtual boot floppy right inside our CD. It's so cool.
And that's pretty much it. Just pick a spot to save your new ISO file, give it a cool name, and then click that big build icon. ImBurn is now going to take everything, all your files, all your settings, and mash it all together into one perfect ISO file ready to go. So, after all that work, what do we get? What's the payoff? Well, the payoff is an installation process that is so fast it's almost ridiculous, and it's incredibly simple. Let's see what it looks like in action. So, you pop in your new CD and boot the machine. That virtual floppy we embedded takes over and drops you right at a command prompt. From there, you just switch over to your CD-ROM drive, which in this case is the R drive, and type setup. That's it. You hit enter and you're done. And bam, just like that, our script takes over. It copies everything. It makes the hard drive bootable, and literally in a few seconds, the entire thing is finished. All you have to do is take the CD out, reboot the machine, and you have a perfect, ready-to-go MS-DOS system. No more swapping floppies ever again. You know, we've been saying ISO file a lot, so let's just quickly explain what that is. An ISO file is just a digital snapshot, a perfect one-to-one copy of everything on a disk like a CD or DVD. It's basically the master blueprint that you can use to either burn physical copies or just use directly in a virtual machine. So let's just take a second to appreciate what we've done here. We took a process that required a whole stack of slow, unreliable floppy disks and a bunch of manual steps, and we've replaced it with a single, lightning-fast, fully automated installation CD. That is a serious upgrade. You know, the best part is that this is just a starting point. You can add anything you want to this disk. Sound card drivers, networking software, your favorite utilities, a bunch of classic games. Seriously, you choose your own destiny. Go wild. This one technique just opens up a world of possibilities for retro computing projects. So really, the only question left is, now that you can spin up a perfect DOS machine in just a matter of seconds, what amazing project are you going to build next?